Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. Now let's cut that a little short. Okay, now here's the exciting thing. We are getting to the end of the S's. Finally, the S's. The R's are quite large also. But boy, it's just great getting to the end of the S's. I'm so excited. And we are featuring two composers in this particular thing. We finished Saint-Saëns, and now that Saint-Saëns is done, there is another Saint guy, actually. It's not Saint something. There are actually quite a few. There's the Chevalier de Saint-Georges. He's not in the Overflow room. Those people are elsewhere, flying around somewhere in my collection. But here we have Philip Sainton and his film score, the classic film score to Moby Dick. 63 minutes of Moby Dick. This is one of the great British film scores from the period, he lived from 1891 to 1967. And Moby Dick, it tells us when it appeared, I think. Let's see here. Oh, there's a foreword by Ray Bradbury. Wow, Ray Bradbury. That's amazing. Yeah, look at Ray Bradbury from April 1998. That's kind of amazing. When I arrived in Ireland to write the screenplay, he wrote the screenplay of Moby Dick. A composer had not yet been selected to do the film score. I brought with me some heavy 78 RPM recordings of Bernard Herrmann's Moby Dick music, written many years before. I played these for Houston, who did not seem entranced or satisfied. I gave up trying to influence him, knowing that when John set his mind to a thing, there could be no argument. No argument at all. So when the film was finished, and for the first time, I sat in at a screening in Hollywood, I heard this score by Philip Sainton and was delighted to discover that it struck all the right notes and chords to play out the drama. Now, 42 years later, wow, seeing and hearing the film, I am even more convinced that they are fused as one, a thing that often occurs with the best film scores and films. Moby Dick, the film, is Melville, and Sainton is both Melville and Moby Dick. Ray Bradbury, April 1998. Yes, this was a 1956 film, so there you go. And it is a marvelous score. It's wonderful. It has a certain, New Englandy puritanical type austerity, which really is great. And it's colorful, though, and memorable. And yes, it does go beautifully with the film. So, oh my gosh, there it is on Marco Polo. So after Sainton, we have to talk about Harald Saeverud, one of Norway's great composers, after Grieg. He did his own Peer Gynt. We're going to get to that, which is really fun. Biss did a wonderful series of Saeverud. I don't think this is all of it. This is a lot of it, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eight Saeverud CDs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 8. So let's see what they are. His style is very interesting. It's bony. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's tonal, sort of, and very rhythmic and propulsive and edgy. And I like his music. I mean, it's really, really interesting. Somewhat neoclassical and sometimes not. Okay, so this is a whole bunch of short orchestral pieces, including his Divertimento No. 1 for flute and strings, and then lots of things in Norwegian, so I'm not even going to try to pronounce them. There's the Overtura Appassionata, that I can do. Rondo Amoroso, that I can do. Then the, Smargelflugels and Glativlisas and Skiletones and Kvernt Slats and Silius Slatin and Den Sista Band Splat Splut. Yes, see, I'm not even going to try to pronounce them. It's a fun disc. Yes, okay, wonderful. And it's Norwegian. Symphony No. 2, there we go. He wrote a whole bunch of symphonies. The Romanza for violin and orchestra. The Barcarolle, Du Notte d'Estate from A Summer Night. Oh, it's Summer Night, Sommernatt Bat Song. I get it. It's Norwegian. The Sommernatt Bat Song. That's the Summer Night Boat Song. Right? Yeah, Barcarolle from A Summer Night. I figured it out. Cinquanta Varioni Piccole, little piccolo, tiny variations, 5 minutes of them. And Symphony No. 4. Now, these are short works. I mean, Symphony No. 4 is in a single movement. They are well-argued, polyphonic kind of sometimes a little dry sounding, but, neoclassically oriented, but interesting. Symphony number 5 is Quasi una Fantasia. Well, where have we heard that before? I wonder. His oboe concerto and the Entrata Regale and the Sonata Jubilata, which is just very jubilata. These are all with the Stavanger Symphony Orchestra under Ole Christian Ruud. Yeah, really good stuff here. And now Peer Gynt Suites 1 and 2, along with his Sinfonia Dolorosa and some other thing, a Danza Sinfonica con Passacaglia. Well, that's fun. Galderesletten. And the Kjempevisa Sletten, or whatever that is, Canto Rivoltoso. That's a revolting song. No, it's a revolutionary song. Right? Revolt, not revolting. Anyway, the Peer Gynt Suites, this was very, very interesting because he knew what he was up against doing Peer Gynt. And he was determined to go his own way and write something in the modern style. And this Peer Gynt is very different from Grieg's Peer Gynt. Grieg's is very, very, beautifully folk-like and warm and romantic. Well, this one is like jazzy and rhythmic and snappy. And the most fun here is Anitra, because Anitra is like this hoochie-coochie, how to describe it, sort of down low thing. It's really quite something. So his Peer Gynt is well worth hearing. It really is. Then we've got his bassoon concerto, the Lucretia Suite, symphonic dramatic music after Shakespeare's poem, The Rape of Lucrezia. And then Salme, which is his Symphony number 7 in one movement with 5 subdivisions. Again, the Stavanger Symphony Orchestra is on hand to do all this stuff. And this is with Alexander Dmitriev. He also did the Peer Gynt stuff. 3 more to go. The Cello Concerto, fine work, very, very good work from 1930-31 with Truls Mork cello, and the Symphony number 8, subtitled Minnesota. It was written for the Minnesota Orchestra, and this is with the Stavanger Symphony under Ole Christian Ruud. Really, really cool. The last movement is Man and the Machine. And the machine really wins. Well, it's just cool to listen to. His Violin Concerto, Opus 37, by Trond Saeverud, definitely related, playing the violin part. And the Third Symphony in B-flat minor, Opus 5, a very early work. And, in 44 minutes, it's a big, long, more romantic thing than his style later became. The Piano Concerto, Opus 31, also lots of fun. No one plays these things. Noriko Ogawa is the excellent pianist. The Fanfare and Hymn is the beginning of this. And Symphony number 9, which has, Bells in the Mountains, the finale, which is really cool. So, yeah, there's Saeverud. Now, this is a composer who is really worth getting to know. You don't have to listen to all 8 discs of it, but I would definitely get his Peer Gynt. Get his version and see what you think. And then you can explore everything else he did at your leisure. It's fun stuff. And some of you who know his music well, and I know that there are those of you out there, because you've mentioned it before, can make some recommendations as well, if you care to, for those who are just, becoming Saeverudniks. By the way, he had a son. One of his sons is also a major contemporary Norwegian composer. His name was Ketil Voslef, because he didn't want to call himself Harold Saeverud Jr. So he changed his name, in case you're wondering. Anyway, that's all of it. Keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Take care.